Hey guys, it's me, Pokemon. I'm back. Brand new update came out. I've taken a look at it over last night. I sort of played a little bit. I've accumulated some of my thoughts. Specifically today, we're going to talk about the Battle Pass. This is going to be a longer video because there's a lot of things I want to talk about the Battle Pass because I think it is a very bad system. But there's some good stuff in there. It's salvageable, but there's so much I'm going to talk about today about how I think it needs to be changed. First off, let's talk about pricing. So if we take a look right here, if you want to buy the Battle Pass, here's it right there, $20. Absurd. $20. The Battle Pass lasts only 30 days. No, this is too expensive right here. Too expensive. $10 is already pushing it for a mobile game Battle Pass to last 1 month. $20 is way too much. $40. I don't know. Don't buy the $40 one. This Battle Pass is very easy to complete, which I'm actually not complaining about. That's actually it's a very in terms of getting through the Battle Pass, very generous. So if you bought the $40 version, you are ripped off. I don't know how to say this, but generally in these video games, most times then games have Battle Pass have that little boost yourself version. If you're in the position where you're willing to spend $40 on a Battle Pass, you play the game enough to complete the Battle Pass. So don't ever buy the booster version, and that goes for any video game. If you're in a position where you're considering buying a Battle Pass, that probably means you play the game enough that you don't need to boost yourself, so don't buy the boosted version. But even with the normal version, $20 is way too expensive. So let's talk a little bit more about that pricing. So what would $20 in cores be in this game? Well, let's take a look. $20 in cores would be, mind the ad, it would be roughly 1,580 cores, which is not much. You know, really 1,580 cores, you can save that up relatively quickly. You get 25 or so a day, not to mention the arena cores you get every day. For me in arena right now, I'm getting, I believe it's 40 cores every day, and through my arena rewards, I'm getting 60 cores every day. So I'm getting at least 80 cores every day. You could save up enough cores in terms of real dollars for the Battle Pass every month. In every other game I've ever played, the premium currency is how you purchase the Battle Pass. I don't know why in this game you have to pay money as opposed to premium currency for the Battle Pass. There's only one reason I can think of, and I think this exposes how bad the economy is in Marvel Strike Force and how bad their deals are. In reality, power cores, you shouldn't be saving this up because there should be so many good things to spend them on that you're always spending your power cores that you give you for free. But since there's nothing good in this game to spend power cores on, you just save them up over time, and people would be able to keep buying the Battle Pass with premium currency. If you were to have the Battle Pass cost $20 in power cores, if you go to the store right now, absolutely nothing in this store is worth its price in power cores. Premium orb, not worth 450 power cores. Sometimes you might want to buy a character orb if they're 100 shard unlock, or they have 2 blitzes and you just need to get a couple more shards to unlock them. Sometimes I think that's worth it, but otherwise there's nothing good to spend power cores on except for energy refreshes. And even then, if you play the game smart and you log in throughout the day and you collect all your energy refreshes, you can get pretty much to 600 energy, which is, I'd say, what you want to spend every day to make sure you contribute to your alliance. Like, that's the bare minimum I think you want to be spending every day. If you log in throughout the day and if you're smart about your energy refills, you can spend maybe 50 cores a day on energy refreshes, but you could probably spend less than that and still be okay. And then that sort of gets counteracted by the fact that on your inbox right here for your daily rewards, you get a decent amount of power cores every month. Don't mind all these question marks. Nox is I don't know what's up with Nox. Why, I don't know why they can't load things sometimes. It's whatever. But as you can see right here, you get around 500 power cores just from logging into the game in a month. So they give out a decent amount of power cores, but because their economy is so bad in this game, there's nothing for people to spend bulk power cores on. So if they were to make the Battle Pass cost power cores, everyone would be able to buy it, because I think most players have a stockpile of power cores because the only thing people spend them on is energy refreshes. And if you're so dedicated to the game that you're in the market for buying a Battle Pass, you're probably logging in enough that you don't have to spend 250 power cores every day to get your maximum amount of refreshes to get to 600 energy for your alliance. So I think the current version of the Battle Pass is exposing how bad the economy is in Marvel Strike Force and how all their deals are garbage. So when something somewhat good value comes out, you know, people aren't in a position to take advantage of it. So that's one end of it. If it costs power cores, I think this could also have the $20 price tag. You know, it'd be one thing if there's a $20 price tag, but it gave out, you know, enough, and it cost power cores, but then it gave out $20 of power cores in the Battle Pass. So if you bought it 1 month and you just didn't spend for all that month, you could just apply everything you earned to the next battle pass and earn the next battle pass. So theoretically, again, in a normal game, the deals would be good. You'd be like, oh, I really do want to spend my premium currency on this other thing, but I need to save all my premium currency so I can get the battle pass next month. That's you'd be like, well, I'll just buy that deal, and then I'll just buy $10 more in power cores to buy the battle pass next month. But again, that wouldn't work in this game because the deals are so bad. Everybody would just save their power cores for the next battle pass. Nobody would spend their power cores on deals in the game. So I think this is exposing how bad the deals are in this game, with the fact that they couldn't make the battle pass purchasable with power cores because it just doesn't work in the current economy. That's one end of it. Let's take a look at the rewards. Again, don't mind the question marks. Nox struggles with these kind of things, you know? But let's take a look at these rewards. These rewards are quite scattered. It looks like they were like, well, we need to put a battle pass in this game, but we don't know anything in this game that's worth going in a battle pass. So they just threw a bunch of random stuff in here. Probably because I think they were forced by Scopely to put a battle pass in because all the other Scopely games got battle passes, but I digress. You have two sides of this battle pass right here. For some reason, they're giving out tier 3 training materials, which is embarrassing. Disgusting. That is insulting that they gave out tier 3 training materials. Let's take a look. You know, say this was 2 or 3 years ago when the game first came out, and you just had a character at like you know, level 60, and you wanted to take the character up to the next level. How much would those? That's all that does for you right there. But in the current version of the game right now, when you want to be getting characters up to level 80, let's see how much that does for you right now. Let's go over. What the heck? Why are they giving out like nothing in training materials? Why is there so few little training materials? I do not understand why they are giving out next to nothing in was it really that much of a difference for them to include tier 4 training materials as opposed to tier 3 training materials? I don't know why they included tier 3 training materials. That is insulting to people that they included that in this battle pass. The only people I think tier 3 training materials are useful to are new players. But if we scroll down this battle pass right here, all the way to the end right here, you have a bunch of these tier 14 gear pieces and tier 15 gear pieces. So if you're a new player and those level 3 training materials are useful to you, you're paying money for, you know, right here we have all the way at the end, you have these, like, look at this little dancing guy piece right here. Those are gear tier 15 pieces. If you are a new player, you're not going to be using those for another year at least. So you're spending money for half the pass, but the other half of the pass is going to be useless to you for another year or so. You're buying gear you're never going to get to use. Probably by the time you're in the position to use the gear, it'll be power crept and it'll probably be far avoided by that point. If you're in a position like me, maybe you do want some gear 14 or 15 gear. You don't have enough training materials to bring your characters up to the next level so you can actually use it, but you know, this gear is a little useful, but then you have these training materials that are absolutely useless to you. I don't know why they're not giving out more training materials. You want to know what would have sold this? If they had tier 5 training materials, like red training materials in this battle pass, and they sold them and they were in this pass, people would buy this up. I would oh my gosh, tier 5 training materials, people would go crazy for that. Why are there only 5 gold promotion credits in this whole pass? That is sad. I'd say that is something a lot of people could actually be using. The silver promotion credits, I have heard whales are actually not needing them anymore because they just don't have characters in that range to need silver promotion credits. They only have 15 silver promotion credits anyways, which is also embarrassing. Go over to the Red Star store. Let me show you what that could do for you. $20 if you add in the free and the premium pass. You could get a character to 2 and 3 red star. You could get them up to 3 red stars with that. And then 5 gold little star pieces. What could that do for you? The cheapest to go from 5 to 6 is 100 gold star tokens. So what do you get, like 1/20th of an upgrade from 5 to 6? That is embarrassing. I actually can use a lot of the silver and gold promotion credits. They are not available in any useful amount in this battle pass, and then everything else of the battle pass is just there. Like, yeah, the purple gear is nice, but you wouldn't see me spending like $20 on purple gear or anything like that. Baron Zemo, I think he's just here as a trial because he's a desirable character, but he has been available in Blitz before. What is interesting though in this battle pass, so on one end you have, on the free end you have 45 shards obtainable, and on the paid end you have 55 shards obtainable. As you know, 2-star unlock for a character costs 45 shards. A 3-star unlock for a character costs 100 shards. I do not think it's unlikely that eventually they make a character exclusive to the battle pass. If you scroll down to the new characters added this patch, half of them are 100 shard unlocks. Iceman, Longshot, and Red Guardian, all 100 shard unlocks. Usually you only have one 100 shard unlock come with the patch. It's usually 100 shard unlock to 2 45 shard unlocks in my experience. We have half and half in this patch. If they wanted to, they could put a 2-star unlock in the battle pass and free-to-play players could obtain them. I wouldn't complain. As long as you can get them as a free-to-play player, I'm fine. But if they put Iceman in the battle pass or something like that, they would not be obtainable as a free-to-play player. And I think that's when you really need to be concerned about the battle pass, when they put characters behind a $20 paywall. You know, it's one thing when you have a 100 shard unlock, you have 2 blitzes, maybe you need to spend power cores to get a couple more shards for the character. But if the character is flat out behind a $20 paywall, that's a problem in my opinion. So a lot of problems in the rewards for this battle pass, and I would not purchase it. I'd say just if a lot of people avoid purchasing it, perhaps they can look to changing it next season, because I don't think it's worth it. If we look at the actual gameplay right here, this system is also really messed up. I like in concept a focus on live PvP as opposed to Blitz, because I think it's much more engaging. But let's take a look at this system. So right now you have a bunch of these quests. I need to use Emma Frost and Blaster, and I need to use Swarm. So let's put in Swarm right here. Let's take out Falcon, and let's put in Swarm. He should be towards the bottom right here. So essentially you have these people that are trying to complete these quests right here with these specific characters, but then you have other people that are trying to complete these get knockout quests. So you have some people going try hard in this battle, and then you have some people like me who are running this team right here, this mess of a team. So, you know, let's just see how the matchmaking goes here. You'd assume it's balanced PvP, right? Because, you know, that's just fair. Like, you just get stomped by 100,000 power black bolts if it wasn't balanced PvP. Like, come on now, that's how they do it. Oh, I'm back. I finally got a match. It crashed my computer. I had to restart my computer. I got it. I'm back though. So here we can see first match. I'm gonna lose this because they are stronger characters than mine. I'm going against somebody that has better leveled characters than me. No, it is not balanced PvP like you may think would be smart for them to do. All right, that match I just queued for, since Marvel Strike Force does not let you download all assets at one time, and my internet is not the greatest on my computer, the match actually timed out while my computer was trying to download the assets for the fight. So we're gonna queue for another one, but that did show you an example of a type of match you could go up against. I would have lost that match. That was a loss. This one gonna be a loss as well. I will be losing this one because I'm going against an Asgardian team with Juggernaut, with my team including Swarm. So will be another loss coming up right now. I will play it, and as I play this match, I will sort of talk about the pros and cons of this system. So they didn't want you to play Blitz anymore because they wanted some more engaging gameplay. They wanted you to be more quality time as opposed to less quality time in the game. But how it's working is no matter how you cut it, you're still auto playing this game, because either you hop into a match and you're running like a Symbiotes or a Black Order team and you just stomp the enemy team and you win, or you're like me and you're trying to use Swarm's ability 50 times and you just hop into a match and you auto, because pretty much no matter who you go against, you're gonna get annihilated. So I don't know how they fix this, because it's a problem with the core system. You know, even if it was balanced PvP, I'm gonna lose when I use Swarm against pretty much anyone. no matter how you cut it, I'm going to lose with Swarm. So at least if they did balanced PvP, they were smart when they made this system, when they say use Swarm's ability 50 times as opposed to kill 20 enemies with Swarm or something like that. So you don't have to win with Swarm. What'd be nice is if it was balanced PvP, I could actually stand a chance of making it a couple rounds, so I could maybe get to use Swarm's abilities 5 times in a round instead of like 1 or 2. As you can see, that round I only got to use Swarm's ability twice, and for the weekly objective I need to use it 50 times. So essentially what I'm going to do is throughout the week I'll just queue up 25 times and just lose matches with Swarm and hope he gets in a couple of hits before he dies. Very unengaging system right now. So I don't know how you fix it, because you have 2 groups of people. You have these people with these maxed out teams going for knockouts, and you have people like me using Swarm trying to go for objectives. I don't know how you can balance this out, because Even if they did balance PvP, I'd still lose in those matches because my team's not good, because this meta, just like earlier, the battle pass exposes the problem in the economy. This exposes the problem with team building. You can't mix characters in this game and expect to win, because Foxnex has put you into this narrow 5-member team meta. You cannot mix characters in this game and expect to win against a cookie cutter team. It is simply not how this game's work. You can't put Swarm with a bunch of random characters and then hope to win. So what you'd have to do is, if you want to win with Swarm, you'd have to run the Sinister Six team. But even then, then you're missing out right here. You'd want to be clearing as many objectives as possible. In a perfect world, I think you'd run Emma Frost and Swarm on the same team, and then you'd be able to move through the missions together at the same time. But because of how poorly the meta is set up for diversity, you cannot play this game mode to the max. You really are either losing completely or you're winning completely. There's no in between. And it's really sad, actually, when I'm building these teams, because I see, like, wouldn't it be cool if we were playing a video game where this is an actually viable team, where you could actually mix characters around? For a long time I've been in the boat where I like following canonical teams, but on second thought, when I'm running these teams in these modes, it's pretty cool to see these characters coming from such diverse backgrounds. You have B Guy over here working with the Silent King of the Inhumans, who lives on the moon, and then you have Crystal, who's fire and ice powers, and you have a talking raccoon, and they're all on a team together. And it's so cool seeing all these characters that are completely different working together. And it's just kind of sad, actually, playing this live PvP and knowing that this isn't how the game's supposed to be played. It wasn't designed for this. I think that's a really unfortunate thing right now, because it's so cool getting to see these diverse lineups, but they get stomped into the ground by these cookie cutter teams. So they didn't succeed in creating more quality time as opposed to less quality time with removing Blitz, because now you're just autoing Arena and hoping maybe Swarm will get 3 turns in this time as opposed to 2, because they're not doing balanced PvP and the meta in this game is so restrictive. So to summarize, you have 3 big problems with the battle pass. The cost, which exposes the problems in the economy in this game with power cores and nothing useful to spend them on. You have the rewards, sort of exposing the problem with the grind in this game, that they're not giving out enough materials. The materials have not been increasing with the new demands. You need more XP. We are still following the same XP game that we did 2 years ago. We need more. We can't be working with what we had 2 years ago. And finally, we're exposing the problems in the meta by the fact they want you to use these deep cut characters like Swarm, and you can't, because we have such a restrictive meta. You're seeing it with the most recent patch. We have the skilletary tag, as we're coining it, the skill military tag. That is 5 characters. It is absurd that they made that skill military. We're seeing it with the X-Men. Astonishing and uncanny. Why restrict the X-Men? That is it doesn't even make sense. I don't know why they're doing that. This battle pass shows everything wrong in the game in one singular mode. It exposes every problem Foxnex has decided not to fix because it hasn't been that big of a problem. But now they're putting it in the spotlight with this brand new battle pass, and I think there's so much wrong with it. How we can fix all these problems? First off, make it worth 1,450 power cores. You could pay for it in power cores. You could earn it through the month. Problem solved. $20 sounds absurd. 1,500 power cores? That sounds reasonable. Now Foxnex is sitting here saying, whoa, you can get the power cores too easy for that. Then your economy's messed up, because you guys have been giving out $20 of power cores plus every month for 2 to 3 years. It shouldn't be a problem right now. You guys are messing up somewhere then, because this is the economy. You created this economy. You can't be like, well, we actually don't like the value of power cores. You guys have control over this. You can change power cores and what they are worth. You could put out better deals so people are spending power cores. You could lower the price of premium orbs. Nobody's buying 450 power core orbs. That is a rip-off, the premium orbs. Maybe if you made them worthwhile, people would actually spend power cores, so not everyone in the game could just buy the battle pass for power cores. In terms of the rewards, tier 5 training mats. I think that needs to come to the game. It should have came to the game a while ago, and it definitely should be in a $20 battle pass. I don't know why it's not there. That would be something of value to new players. I think silver and gold promotion credits, there should be 10 times as many of those in the battle pass. It is insulting how few of those there are in the game. There needs to be more of those. There should be gold in the battle pass too. If they're giving more training materials, there should be gold that comes with it that you could then use to apply the training materials. I think tier 4 ability mats or tier 3 ability mats would not be a bad idea to include as well. There are a lot more things I think need to be in this battle pass aside from gear tier 14 and 15 materials that are useless to most of the player base. And finally, I think either the matchmaking system is not good at all. I think a band-aid on it would be doing balanced PvP. At least you could go a couple turns with some of these characters like Swarm. I think truly this exposes the problem with the meta, and I think Foxnex needs to take a look at this entire game and give more tanks to characters. Colossus, he needs the X-Force tag. Psylocke needs the X-Force tag. Why do they not have the X-Force tag? Shatterstar, no X-Force tag. Shatterstar, famous for the X-Force team, I'd argue. That is what he is known for. No X-Force tag for him. Why does he not have that tag? Avengers, there are a ton more Avengers in this game. Why do they not all have the Avengers tag? X-Men, why are we splitting them up into 2 teams? You're seeing this now. When you're forced to build diverse teams, you're shooting yourself in the foot playing this game mode, because this game is not meant to have you pick characters from different teams. That needs to be looked at as well, but at the very least, balanced PvP, then it is palpable. So sorry guys that I kind of went off on the battle pass right there. I really did just spend, I spent like 20 minutes talking about how I didn't like the battle pass, but for the past 4 or 5 minutes there, I pretty much presented an essay as to why I don't like the battle pass, but I do it out of love for this game. I really enjoy Marvel Strike Force. I think when the game's working, it's good. It's well animated, characters are well designed. I'd argue this is some of the best visual representation of these characters that they have ever gone. You know, characters like Scream, like this is the best Scream has ever looked, I'd argue, throughout any media in all time. I mean, this game is incredible what it does for the Marvel Universe. I think the gameplay, incredibly engaging when it's working, but there are just tiny problems throughout the game that Foxnex has never fixed. And then now they release this battle pass and they're like, let's actually emphasize everything wrong with this game. So when I talk about everything wrong with this game, I do it out of love. So at the end of the day, what do I really know? Because I am only a 19-year-old. I hope everyone can have a happy and healthy day, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Signing off, everyone.